Hey everybody, welcome to On Grade. This is episode 21. The show's been hijacked today by a bunch of people. I got my co-host, Devon Boudreau, is not with us. He's in Billings, Montana via telephone. Say hello, Devon.
What's going on, guys?
So he's up there in 85-degree weather while the rest of us are sweating our nuts off.
It's beautiful down here. It's gorgeous. It's like a nice brisk fall day.
So I got my guest co-host today. His name is, somebody might know him as a certified wrench. Mr. Colton McCormack is sitting in Devon's seat for me today.
What's up, guys?
And our special other host today is Mr. James Deviney.
What's
from
up?
The Dirty and Driven.
Yeah, buddy.
So how's everybody doing?
So can we actually talk about this fucking oven that we live in?
Yeah, let's do it, bro. I'm down.
You mean whenever you pulled up on your motorcycle and then it broke down and then you got your shirt drenched with sweat?
Yeah, I was good the whole time in this 105-degree weather, and we stop and my battery dies. Then I sweat. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you really had it going on. You had man boob, gut sweat. You had it all going on. Yeah,
It's
pretty bad.
It's tough having man titties.
You know what we learned though is a mechanic is only as good as his tools. Because Colton can get his battery off because he had no tools. So we got old James here who, dude, I can't fix nothing. I can tear things apart, but I can't fix shit. But I came through.
Yeah, he was like the magic tool set there, man. You got
The magic tool bus.
Yeah, you got the magic tool bus. Da-da-da-da-da.
I think we should make that a sound clip.
Oh shit, we lost to Devon.
Are we just going to keep on going? Or
Yeah, fuck it, keep talking. I'm calling him.
oh god,
Now it's calling podcast.
Paco's Tacos. This is the Paco speaking. How may I help you, sir?
I get 3 tacos to go, please. You guys deliver down to Montana?
It's going to be a little bit extra. Uber's adding pricing to everything now, so
We could probably drive there before Uber Eats could get to you.
probably.
Yeah, that'd be all right.
Yeah.
I'm down with that.
16
Yeah,
hours
make it
or
work.
so.
I mean, the government did admit there's UFOs now. Maybe we can borrow one.
Yeah, shit. Yeah, let's borrow one of those and beam me up, Scotty.
I just want to know if they're hiring mechanics.
Shit. I don't know if I'd want to work. I don't want to know if I want to work in Nevada though with that, dude. That'd just be too hot.
Are your wrenches certified to work on UFOs?
Oh god, maybe shit.
Y'all spend wrenches on those UFOs over there?
Are y'all sponsored by Snap-on or what?
Does Snap-on make a space wrench?
Space wrench.
That wrench is not fucking certified.
So what's on the agenda today to bullshit about?
So I wanted to talk about how everybody's podcasts are doing. So I'll start with James, since you haven't been on yet, man. Let's talk about your stuff. So how's Dirty and Driven doing now?
Man, it's doing good. We've been growing a lot. So, really been doing great too since we've gotten hooked up with you guys. And, obviously Colton's been on the show before and just working together on Instagram, sharing each other's shit and all that. Dirty and Driven's really been doing great. So if you don't follow us, if you don't know who we are, check us out. Our big thing is bringing people to the blue collar world and teaching them how to kick ass. We just want to gain, train, and retain people in the blue collar world. We just need more people in it. So we're growing. We're getting there. We've been working with a lot of people to basically just create better, more hardworking, awesome blue collar dudes. And we've been growing a lot lately.
He's a lot better than us at this. Did you notice that?
Yeah, he's got that radio voice. He's got Devin's voice.
I've also got the face for radio.
Yeah, him and Devin got the voice for the radio.
Yeah.
People listen to me talking, they're like, good God, dude, lay down the Marlboros. So I will say I'm a week officially quit smoking, guys. So,
Nice, dude.
Yeah, it's been a brutal time, but we're doing all right.
Hey, man, that's a tough challenge to overcome. And, obviously one of the biggest things that we try to promote with Dirty and Driven is health and fitness in the trade. So quitting smoking, dude, that's badass.
That's awesome, man. Good for you. I mean, no one likes a quitter, but it's still a good thing to do.
Mama didn't raise no quitter. No, dude, that's tough. I mean, it's such a vice with so many people in this industry. So, if people can start knocking it, then great on you.
Technical difficulties?
No, I just
Here I am, just like, yeah, Brandon, you're doing so great. He's just like over there f***ing with something.
hey, I just f***ing work here, man. All right.
I need a raise, god damn it.
God damn it, I don't get paid enough to put all this.
That time I was over here as like a producer,
Yeah, when you were the guest DJ.
and you guys were talking about something. I'm like freaking out about something, and you talked to me about like, oh, what do you think about this? I'm like, I wasn't listening. No
He's
comment.
like deer in the fucking
Yeah, I was
headlights.
like, no comment.
The worst is whenever you start talking and you forget what you're talking about.
That at least happens once an hour on this show.
Yeah, I was going to say that happens to me constantly.
Devin usually is my, like I'm like one of us is either Batman or Superman, but that part when one of them is starting to get fucked up and the other one kind of jumps in and takes over, in the comic book series. So that's usually me and him. Like I'm like going strong for a while, and then like some fucking crazy character starts beating my ass, and then my brain goes off into Timbuktu, and he's like, "So tell us about your business," and I'm over here like,
Yeah, everything's going well, and then Brandon pulls out a purple crayon and starts chewing on it, and then all of a sudden it's just a brain fart. It's just what happens.
Well, at least one of you keeps things on track. Like if you listen to our show, sometimes me and my boy Casey, we just go with it. We just roll, and then finally we're like, how did we get here?
He does let me go off topic sometimes, though. I will give him that. He if it's something funny, he'll go along with it. If he thinks he's dumb as shit, though, he'll be like, "So, back on topic now." Like,
Jesus.
Ooh, squirrel.
Yeah. I guess I need a co-host, huh? Is what you're saying?
no, you're good. You're fine. Hell, if you had some guests to let you talk, some of your guests, good God.
Again, no comment.
Motor mouth over here. I called him.
How long have you been doing Dirty and Driven, man?
We've been rolling about a year now. We started the
That's
podcast
awesome.
about a
What are you on
year
for
ago.
episodes?
What was that?
What episode are you like? How many episodes you guys are you in now?
I have no fucking clue at this point because we label them like we did for a while. It was just one a week. Now we do 2 a week, and we'd call one of them a half episode. So I don't know, 60, 70, something like that.
Like, that's awesome, man.
I'm over here counting 21. Like, yeah, I'm cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're hitting them every 2 weeks though, so it's it takes a while to stock them up, but it's good.
Yeah.
It's quality over quantity or something,
Yeah.
We'll call it that.
Yeah. Yeah. I like the 2 episodes just because like I do one where I bring a guest on just to help us grow, like bring their following in, bring in their audience and get some value out of some cool people. And, a lot of these guys aren't, big names or anything like that. They're not people with 100, 200, 500,000 followers. I mean, some of them are, but some of them have like 200 followers and a cool story. So it's like bring them on and get a few people from that. And then we have our Tuesday episodes that it's just me and my boy Casey D talking and like
Shooting the shit.
yeah, shooting the shit, a little more comedic and it's fun that way. So it's kind of like we do one episode to bring people in, another one to keep them to stay.
I gotta say, I'm a huge fan of KCD because you never know what's going to come out of his face, and I'm always waiting for that next thing that he's going to say.
Yeah,
like when he was talking about being growing up Catholic and stuff, and just that was gold.
I got to somehow set it up where I can get all of us together.
Yeah.
That would be
we
so
will,
much
man.
fun.
No, dude, Casey and I we want to come down and record with you guys, and
We might have to have one of you guys bring an extra arm and mic though, because we're running out of space in here.
I'll
so.
bring my cool one with my new plate.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, dude. No, we'll for sure get something set up because Casey needs to be on all these blue collar podcasts because
He's freaking hilarious.
he is a funny dude.
Devon is. I got to tell you this. Devon is freaking hilarious too, guys. Like he's a wealth of knowledge. But if you guys ever listen to him when we stop recording, that's when he's fucking hilarious. And I'm always like, "Why did you say that on the show?" Oh, I don't know. It just came to me now, and I'm like, "Well, fuck, man, you're fucking funny, dude."
Well, so the other day, I was in a deal and it was like a leadership class I was in, And one of the questions was, and I told Casey this, they asked if you had to spend 8 hours on a bus next to somebody, who would you sit by? And I was like, oh, dude, easy. It'd be Casey. Because like the shit that we talk about on the show, that's literally just our conversations. Like it's not staged. It's not, okay, I mean, we have kind of all right, this is what we're going to talk about today. But the 45 minutes leading up to what we're actually going to talk about is just like us having a conversation. So which is what you want in a podcast.
Yeah.
Not so rigid.
Uh-oh.
Oh boy.
Shooting from the hip.
Yeah, buddy.
So
It's the Smokies up in Montana.
oh, you got the radar detector in the truck? You there?
I was one of those.
Hey, you there? Hello. Well, I guess he's gone. We'll call him back in a second.
He's just
You haven't-
yeah, I knew he was going to pop back in.
You there now?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Oh, what you're that's how you sound. I'm here. Anyways, guys, the reason we're having this show today, Colton, we're gonna get back to you here in just a second and ask you about how certified's going. This is a special that we kind of planned out what is it, gentlemen, about a month and a half.
Too.
Yeah, been a little while.
We were like, we're all friends. We need to all get together, break bread, and record an episode together. And unfortunately, the weekend I scheduled it, I didn't know Devon had to go to Montana, so I feel like crap now about it. And I wanted him here for this, but we're a group of friends, and we're like, well, we need to do a damn episode together because it'd be fun and try and get all of our audiences to cross and kind of get to know what each show's about, And I'll be honest, a lot of people that listen to us listen to both of y'all, and I'm sure it's the same with y'all. Mm-hmm. So, we're trying to form a little group together with another couple of podcasts that really we're going to start doing. Maybe we do like a seminar or something, all of us together, or, we throw something together next year, a summit or something where we are all together and get everybody come out and we bring in guest speakers and stuff like that. And
there we go.
Try and help with the industry.
Now I feel like I'm on my podcast starting to talk about shit that oh yeah, we got this in the works, and it's like we've done nothing for it yet. But I want to.
If you get 3 or 4 guys together that all think the same way, dude,
Yeah.
you can do anything you want. Man.
Yeah.
You can succeed in anything you want to do. And I know every one of us sitting here wants to make a living at this eventually. Yeah. We all still want to do what we do as our daytime job, but we would like to make a side income with this. Absolutely. Who the hell wouldn't?
So have we actually come up with a name for what we're trying to do here, like the podcast mafia? Or
the magic tool bus?
The magic,
The magic tool bus.
I mean, whatever you call it, dude, it's going to be like one of those deals where you're like, it's a club or something. You're like, oh yeah, everybody feels so badass. And then everyone else looking at them, they're like, dude, these guys are such fags.
we're gonna have our own little patch we wear or something. Jesus.
It'll just be a giant box of Crayola crayons with all half of them bitten off the top, sitting on the crest.
I'm so running with that.
This dude's gonna send me fucking artwork for this shit in a week. I know
We're
it.
just
The magic tool bus. Oh, God.
It's like we're just sitting here thinking we're so badass. Everyone's like, dude, those guys are such tools.
Literally.
you gotta draw a cartoon with Brandon with a half-eaten crayon stuffed up his nose, like a cartoon version of that.
Then we gotta do one with Devon saying Celsius instead of Fahrenheit. It's 30 degrees Celsius. You fucking un-American motherfuckers.
Speak to me in American, please. Freedom units.
God damn Democrat!
I still love that shit from fucking Deepwater Horizon. Slumberjay. No, it's Slumberger, you fucking Democrat.
We just got canceled.
Fuck
Oh,
it.
yeah, that's gone. You might as well just throw the COVIDs in there now and call her good.
You said Joe Rogan? Nope.
I think we got canceled a few minutes ago whenever I said fags on air. I think that was unwarranted.
That's such a good word, though. I mean,
It is a bundle of sticks. So, I mean,
It's also in England, that's
a
what they call
cig-
cigarettes.
Yeah, it's a cigarette.
you were just talking about cigarettes.
Yeah, I was just talking about
We're
cigarettes.
good. See,
They can also say the C word over there and not get like beat to shit by
cunt.
30 women.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Oh, well, yeah. Whenever I played rugby,
Colton, thank you. Now I do got to beep that one.
whenever I played rugby, we'd play with a lot of foreigners, and they'd come over, and I mean, they use that word like anything.
Oh, I know.
And then I don't know. I mean, I just started saying it because I was around those guys all the time. And dude, like, I thought that my wife, she was my girlfriend at the time. Man, I said it one time. She's like, "You don't say that." I was like, "What?" I was like, "These guys say it all." She's like, "I don't care." I was like, "Oh, my
It's
beat."
like if you look in a history book, we beat their asses 220 years ago. We don't speak like them for a reason. We had a fucking tea party in a harbor, if y'all don't remember. Hey, guys, I hope you're enjoying the episode, but I'd like to take a minute of your time to talk to you about today's sponsor. Are you a GIS professional, land surveyor, or construction professional looking for the best in surveying equipment, software, and service? Look no further than AGS Inc. AGS Inc. is an authorized dealer for TopCon and Sokia surveying equipment dealer and EOS aerial mapping products dealer. With a supply store in Grapevine, Texas to serve the DFW Metroplex, Central Texas presence, and a corporate headquarters in Houston, Texas, AGS has you covered. Stop by and experience the AGS Inc. difference today. At AGS, it is a service after the sale that counts. AGS is the proud sponsor of the On Grade podcast. On Grade podcast listeners, give these guys a call if you want to talk about bringing precision surveying, layout, drones, GPS, GIS, or 3D scanning spatial technologies to your company. Thank you, and have a great evening. Back to the episode. Anyways, we're off fucking
Subject
topic.
change.
What other words can we say on your show that most people wouldn't like?
God, you guys are trying to take me out. I see how it
You'll be
is.
fine.
Dude.
You just gained a follower with that C word.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me really show my logo. Just make sure that like you guys know that I don't care.
There is no filter on my show.
It's not like I have nothing to lose here.
Yeah, it's very true.
Actually, no, wait. No, never mind. No. Yeah, I have nothing to lose. I don't care.
Yeah, whatever. We're having a blast.
So
We'll just slap the old parental advisory sticker on her now and call
We
it good.
always do. Anyways, I mean, you know how bad it is when you do a construction show and you might have a guy on that doesn't cuss the entire episode, but you still click the explicit on there because you're like, I know I said ass somewhere in there or somewhere. It slipped in there somewhere.
One time I tried to click clean because I don't think there's been a couple that haven't had any cuss
Yeah.
words in it, and it still was just like, nah, dude, you're explicit. And I was like, okay.
We're not the one you played in elementary school. So
sorry, I took you way off track. I apologize.
it's all good, brother. It's all
Dude,
good.
what kind of a co-host are you? Come on, man.
I know.
I know.
So we're.
So what's going on with Certified Ranch?
Oh, I was just gonna say. So are we trying to plan like a big get together type thing?
yeah,
or-
let's do that. But like, let's see how you're doing real quick, and we'll talk more about that.
Well, other than the heat, I'm doing fucking fantastic.
Well, I'm talking about the show. How's
the show, other than the heat, it's doing fantastic.
Well, you damn right.
No, it's man, it's really wild. The Certified Wrench, how much it's like grown. And I told you my secrets. You know, I just wanted to see if it worked. You know, advertising, paying for advertising, all that stuff, and it actually works. So you know, it might be worth a little bit of cash here and there to, you know, just like, hey, Instagram, you know, blow up my page for a couple days type thing. But I hit a record download last month, almost 15,000.
Hell yeah, man.
That's awesome, bro.
That gave me a podcast boner. Wait, you have to block that out too?
Nah, that one's cool.
Boner.
Boner.
Sorry, a podcast erection.
It took off last month. I gained a lot of I gained over 1,000 followers within a month on Instagram.
Hell yeah, dude.
And that's my main page that I do all my stuff on is Instagram. I try LinkedIn, Facebook, you know, all that stuff, and it just
You know what's going to happen is everybody's going to listen to this and go, you guys should just make your own new show that's just you guys.
that's just us. You
yeah,
guys,
you
look
guys
too
just
far.
talk all the time.
No one would ever learn anything. We just all get sidetracked talking about dumb shit all day.
I mean,
Can you imagine 3 like podcast hosts, just like, or 4 podcast hosts, just like all in the same room all the time? Like it gets to the point everybody's trying to talk, and it's just like after a while it'd be like, oh, okay, this really is the magic tool bus.
The sad part is we'd probably still be like number one.
Is that the name of the episode, The Magic Tool Bus?
I think I'm next. Yes. Oh, we were sharing the shit out of that. Please like and subscribe for our new episode, The Magic Tool Bus.
Whenever you see this on TikTok Reels or TikTok or Instagram Reels, be sure to follow us, Dirty and Driven, right here. Yeah, thanks.
Please like and subscribe.
Shit.
So, all right.
Yeah.
So your show's doing good, Colton.
Yeah, there you go. It's doing good. That's all I gotta say. And it's a big appreciation to all listeners and homies, sharing the show and all that good stuff. But I ain't got nothing new to say, I guess. I mean,
I ride the brand, bro, for you, man. And I know you ride it for me, man. That's how it's supposed to be.
And by the way, I mean, your episode did really well. I think it was a nice change of pace having, an actual owner on, and explaining his thing. I mean, a lot of people, I got a lot of good feedback on that.
Got the same on yours too, though, when you came on.
If you guys haven't heard yet, episode 51 on Certified Wrench Podcast.
Nice.
Also, if you want to check out episode 17 of us and episode 19, you're here on the show with us.
Barely.
Yeah, 19, you really weren't on there, but
it was still
you
fun.
did your wicka thing.
Waka waka.
And Down and Dirty Podcast.
Yeah, it was. I had a blast. I think it was episode 20. I recorded an episode with Sweat and Grime, and then immediately recorded an episode with Devon. And who was it that came on with us on 20? I can't remember who it was.
Forget his name.
No, not 20.
Mr. Moss Utilities.
No. It was episode 19. The kid came on. The kid from New Mexico. What's his name?
Oh, Ryan.
Ryan came on. Dude, that guy
Mr. Ryan Killingsworth.
Dude, that dude knows his shit, man. That kid was brilliant, man. I was like, whoa. We talked for about 30 minutes before the episode, dude. I learned so much crap. I thought I knew estimating pretty well. Dude, that is another level.
Yeah, he's a smart dude and he knows his shit. And that's kind of the biggest thing with podcasting is, bringing people on that can teach your audience things that you don't know, right? And I mean, shit, if you're learning something, everybody else can learn something. So I think that's kind of the job that we all have to do. We're either here to entertain people and chew on crayons, or we're here to educate them, right? It doesn't matter what
and we kick
what
ass
the space
at both.
is, but that's what it is. Absolutely.
Fucking positively, bro.
Well, that's the best part about podcasting is just the people you get to meet. I mean, I got friends all over the world now just from getting hooked up on Instagram and then just talking to them. And then it's like the most random people hit me up and be like, yo, dude, I want to be on your show. And I'm like, you do? Like, like some of them like kind of bigger names. You're like, you do? Like, you're just like, so, woo, yeah, let's go.
Yeah. We get, we got to get Struberg on down here with us.
Oh, you do, man.
No, I mean, like here with all of us, that would be fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Have Struberg on an episode with all of us.
Yeah, Eric, he's my dog.
Oh, dude, that dude's hilarious.
He was repping that Dirty and Driven athletic shirt today at the gym. Shout out to that.
We got to get God, what's his name too? He's funny. He's fucking hilarious too.
This is great radio right now.
Nothing but dead space.
I got 3 fucking podcast hosts besides me, and I'm thinking, and none of y'all can even step in and be like, oh, well, about the weather today. Da, 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 da.
Well, it's hot as shit, I can tell you
Just
that.
eat another crayon, would ya?
I think we've already covered the weather. It's hot as shit.
I'm not even a fucking Marine, dude. Stop insulting me like this. It's grand jokes.
Yeah, you
It's
everyone
fucking
listening
glue,
just sitting
dude. We
there
snort
watching.
glue in the Army. Jesus.
Yeah, everyone's just sitting there yelling at you, dance, monkey, dance, come on.
God damn it. God damn it, Bobby.
Did you come up with the name?
Yeah.
Who is it?
Magic Tool Bus.
No, you dumbass. Who you want to come onto the podcast or?
Fucking we.
Jesus.
For anyone listening, if you're debating whether or not you have what it takes to start a company, if you're smart enough, this should be enough to tell you that you don't need to be a rock star genius to be able to do it. All right,
Or a podcast.
anyone can do it.
Or podcast.
Or a podcast, exactly. Yeah.
I mean, we all are pretty sharp as, no.
A light bulb.
Pretty much, yeah.
It ain't rocket surgery, fellas. It ain't rocket surgery.
Yeah.
What are you going on this week, Brandon? What's new and exciting? What's the scope? What's the schedule? You yell at anybody yet?
This week, let's see. Last week I had I got in 3 fights over payments. Besides that, it was pretty relatively easy week. You know, we're kind of in a little slow spot right now, waiting on a bunch of stuff to start up, and then just dealing with clients. You know how it is.
Yeah, it's good. The usual. Nuts and bolts.
How about you?
Nuts and bolts. Well, this week I didn't have to chase anyone for payment this week. It was good.
Oh my God.
I'm dealing with a whole week of change orders. It was every job had change orders on it this week, and then it was the old, song and dance back and forth and nickel and dime, and we made it to the weekend, and no one died, so it's good.
That's always a fucking plus. And then we should have when you said a week of change orders, we should have been like money, money, money. Money, and then have Trump like coming down of his helicopter, like.
Basically, yeah. But I mean, you win some, you lose some. That's all how it goes.
This is the most unorganized fucking podcast I've ever done.
It's going to be the best one,
and it probably is going to be the best one. Sadly.
Yeah, buddy.
This is
what's on your sheet? Let's pull the list out.
I already got the list. So. We've only got through 2 things out of 5, so we're doing a spectacular job.
Do you have a time limit, or do you just let it run?
We usually do about an hour and 15.
Okay, I just let it run.
Yep.
Yeah, normally about an hour and an hour 15. I'm getting thirsty because I killed my first drink, and I always forget to bring a second drink, and I'm like, I'm done. I don't want to talk no more.
I put a time limit on our Tuesday episodes just because we could literally talk for like 6 hours.
Yeah.
And nobody wants that.
So I got to ask this question. You said you were wearing an outfit at the concert you went to on an episode a couple weeks ago. I have to hear about this outfit that you were talking about.
Are you talking about the concert that I was
I'd
taken
really
to?
love Devon to hear this story because he's probably going to fall out of the truck.
So a couple weeks ago, I went to see Taylor Swift with my beautiful bride. But like, I'm not gonna lie, dude. I'm not gonna pin on her. I was the one who's like, we should go see. So, she fucking hates honestly, but Well, I mean, look, dude, I love music, man, and I can respect somebody who's top of their game performer, and I mean, that's where she's at right now with her tour, and I've just heard such good things about, like, I talked to so many dudes that were like, oh, yeah, I saw her a couple of years ago. It was awesome. I was like, oh, okay, cool. So, I went and saw her, and then everybody's like, and I didn't know about all this shit. Like, I'm not a huge fan. Like, I'm not in it. Like, I'm not a But they were like, oh, well, you got to wear something fun. And I was like, what? I was like, I was just going to wear like shorts and a t-shirt. And I mean, I kid you not, man. I think I was the only straight dude in that stadium that that wasn't a dad. There were some dads there, but all right, man, the outfit you were asking about. Yeah, I was.
The way you talk about it on the episode.
The old rhinestone cowboy.
No, I wasn't rhinestone cowboy. So first of all, I led with the I Heart Hot Mom shirt because you gotta have something, man. Something that really just lets people know that, like, for one, I'm straight, and then,
but I'm also here to party.
Right? So what's funny is my wife actually bought that shirt for me.
That's fucking awesome.
So I rocked that, and the story behind that shirt is there's my wife and I help in our church's youth group, and this kid came in one day wearing an I Heart Hot Mom shirt. This kid can't be older than 12. And I just like got up on the stage and was just like roasting this kid for this shirt. And then as a joke, I bought it just to like mess with the other people that helped in the youth group. And so it's just kind of a running joke in our kind of friend group. And so I bought it. And then, I was rocking some white skinny jeans with that, with my cut off I Heart Hot Mom shirt. And then I got married in a lavender suit jacket. So I was wearing my wedding coat there. It was a nice lavender to match the Taylor Swift vibe.
Bedazzled.
It wasn't bedazzled. There was a 6th grade girl in our youth group who my wife was telling about yeah, we're going and blah, blah. She's like, will you please let me bedazzle your jacket? And I was like, no. Absolutely
Come on,
not.
what's wrong with you?
She's like, I'm an E6000 that thing. And
What the
I didn't
hell
know
is
what
that?
this-
What the
yeah,
hell
I
is
guess that
E6000?
means you're going to bedazzle it.
Oh, hold on. Our producer's filling us in on
It's
this.
glue.
What is it, babe?
Oh.
It's glue. Why don't y'all just say f***ing glue? Oh, it's like
So,
like
so
the
it's
new,
okay. So I thought it was like a machine that would like punch them on there,
it's
but
like
it's
the
just
new it's
glue.
like the new Louis Vuitton.
Oh.
It's the E6000. It's just f***ing glue. Okay, you can buy it at fucking Hobby Lobby like everything else they buy there.
So yeah, I was rocking that, and then I threw on a nice cowboy hat with it. So
Yeah, keeping it Western and weird at the same time.
yeah, buddy. Well, you know, and like what's funny is like ditch the suit jacket and the cowboy hat. That's the same shit I wear whenever I'm playing rock and roll on stage. Like
Yeah, but I mean that's your when you're playing in a band, you got to have a look.
Yeah.
And that is a rock look. But like the way you tell the story, it's just fucking hilarious.
dude, I've got no shame in being a fan, dude. That girl can sing.
I got to tell you all the funniest story that ever happened.
It's like riding a scooter. It's tons of fun. You just never want your buddies to see you doing it.
Yeah, exactly.
no, it's totally like riding a Vespa, and you just never want to admit it. But
Well, and you know what? Like, had I just worn jeans and a shirt, it's like, you know, everybody there, like just seeing I love people watching. So like just seeing that whole spectacle, dude, not one person there was just wearing like, you know, a shirt and jeans. Like they were all dressed up or had a shirt on or something. So it was definitely a different community.
yeah, I'm sure it was. They probably fit more in
like
San
going to a pride
Francisco than
parade.
Oklahoma City, right?
Yeah, well, that was in Kansas City. So there's some weird people there.
Keep Kansas weird, bro.
Oh shit.
I'll tell you what was weird though was like so I went to downtown Kansas City. I was meeting with one of our kind of partners with Dirty and Driven, and I went and met with him. And then there was a coffee shop a couple blocks away, so I went to go get coffee. And I'm on this street. It's called Street, and you would not believe it, dude. I'm talking a line wrapped around the block, probably an hour wait just to take a picture in front of the goddamn street sign. I was like, "Are you guys kidding
Could
me?"
just found a
That's what I thought.
That is pretty.
So did you
Just crash one of those into a light pole and call her good.
on your
Have you ever seen a truck that's not wrapped around something? I don't always hire but when I do, I don't want my packages to arrive on time or ever.
On Grade Podcast getting sued by.
I'm bleeping out.
So on your outfit at the concert, did you get any compliments or any like, oh my God, what a great outfit?
I had a lot of people be like, "What does your shirt say?" And then I like kind of opened the jacket and it says "I heart hot moms." And then I don't know. I think I made a few moms blush.
Ooh. Okay, quiet crickets.
I mean, he says he's got the voice of a radio guy. You know,
Yeah.
so, you know.
No, there was a dude who sat next to me who little flaming. You know, nothing wrong with that. But he sat next to me. He was with a group of girls, and like then my wife like she just grabbed my hand. We were holding hands, and then he like just kind of looked at our hands, and then he just like leaned over to the girl next to him, and then they got up and traded seats.
Oh, he was disappointed.
He was disappointed.
He was going in for the kill.
Yeah,
He was about to convert your ass.
he thought.
I'm about to make you squeal like a pig.
Jesus.
How
the
the hell
line.
did we get on this topic?
We're gonna have to watch Deliverance after this now. No, I'm just kidding.
That's the one thing I can play on a banjo.
Intro song.
And the new On Grade Podcast intro.
Produced by Dirty and Driven.
We'd like to give a shout out to James Deviney of Dirty and Driven for the new intro on Grade Podcast.
Squeal like a pig.
Please leave 5
Welcome
stars
back to the On Grade Podcast.
with your host.
You guys,
Nope.
This has been an
Just
absolute.
stop. Just
This
stop.
has been an absolute. This has been an absolute shit show, and it was totally planned that way, and I'm loving it. Okay, Colton.
There is a line in the sand, and you were just about to cross it.
I was
I
not.
was like, there's the line, guys. There's the line.
How dare you? This is a 1986 Corolla. Anyways, Colton, bring us back to reality, friend.
What would you like to talk about?
Whatever the hell you want to talk about, you're up.
Politics? I'm just kidding.
No, it's the one thing we don't talk about on this show.
I like that we can keep politics out of shit, but it's really hard to sometimes.
Oh, you ain't lying.
You know, it affects
So much.
our personal lives. It affects, we just lost Devon. No?
No, he's still here.
Oh.
No, I'm still here.
Oh, it sounded like
You don't hear
I
him.
didn't
You
get
don't
the-
hear him mouth
I didn't
breathing.
I didn't get deported back to Canada yet, so we're all good.
Jeez.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah, sometimes I do want to talk about politics on my podcast, but we won't today, I promise.
Yeah,
But
I got to bleep a bunch of shit already, so let's not.
Dude, just do that no filter approach, man. Just throw it out there.
Yeah,
Just give it to the world.
I'm broke as
So-
it is. Would take me down.
What are they going to do? Sue your podcast? Just pull the old construction company, close her down, and open it up with a new name.
So we're gonna call
Welcome
it.
back to the Off Grade Podcast.
Welcome to the Great On podcast.
great on.
Green on, brother.
use the killdozer as our logo, like fucking
Hell yeah.
the armored cab and shit. Don't tread on this, bitch.
I don't know how to ring it in, guys. It's we keep taking it too far.
You always can ring it in. You wrote me in on your show.
So, what kind of stuff we want to talk about? Podcast stuff, construction stuff,
I'm just literally picking on you, bro. I got this.
Harley stuff.
I don't really want to talk about Harleys. I have to talk about Harleys all the time.
True. Okay.
Yeah.
So, what do we want? What do we want to discuss first?
Well, let's talk about the big picture with the construction industry right now, because I'm going to talk about the big elephant in the room nobody wants to talk about. It's slowing down with the interest rates. James, you seeing it? I know you guys do a lot of ODOT work and stuff, but
Yeah, I mean, where I work is predominantly government work, so it's not. It is and it isn't. It's kind of weird. I don't know what's going on with Oklahoma right now, but they've been like 2 months ago. They came out and they said, all right, we're gonna start doing 2 lettings a month, which is hell on an estimator, because now instead of 1 letting a month, 2, you're just staying busy. Well, they were putting out a ton of jobs with that new infrastructure package. Now it's like 10 jobs a letting, 10 jobs a month, and you're just like,
What's a letting?
a letting is like whenever they release it, like the job's out for bid. So they'll put it out and they'll say, yeah. So they'll say, here's the jobs for bid, and then the letting is the day that everybody submits their bids, and then sorry, dude, you shaking that pen? It's just got me all squirreled. But those, like, that's the day that everybody submits their bids, basically, and then you find out if you got it. So a lot of I don't know. It's just kind of slowing down. I don't know why. What's going on there? And I've heard other states are kind of running into the same thing. I think that it's also in part because a lot of contractors are so far behind on a lot of the jobs that they're like, well, we're just not going to bid a lot of work right now because nobody can take it on unless they bid it at a just ridiculous price.
yeah, the days of
I'm seeing a lot of stuff change, mostly from like single family residential to multifamily stuff. So just this week alone, I had like 7 requests for bids on either condo buildings or apartment complexes, like multi-unit apartment complexes, and especially in like Melissa, McKinney area, so like North Texas, which if you drive around at all, you don't see many of those. So I think the big thing that we're seeing is a shift from the interest rates on mortgages and single family homes. It's making the house purchases too hard for most people. So a lot of developers are changing gears and getting away from the single family and going more towards like townhome development, condo development, and apartment buildings. And then the commercial side of things kind of seems to be chugging along for the most part, from what I'm seeing anyways. But there sure is not a lot of subdivision work coming in. You're not seeing much of that stuff.
Yeah, which I don't know anything about all that stuff personally because I live in a small town, so we don't. And it's a town that's really hard to build a subdivision and make any money at it.
There's more corn
That's
where you're at than there is people.
Maize.
Yeah.
I've been to
That's
where he's from. It's big square fields, lots of them.
Lots of them.
So I mean,
At least y'all don't have 3-2 beer anymore. At least you have real beer now.
Yeah, and
Back
that
in
was
the day, that was terrible.
well, yeah, and that's a pretty recent deal. And like, I think that happened right when I turned like 21, and I was like, yeah, sweet man, we needed this in this state.
When I was growing up, dude, like everybody from Oklahoma used to come down to Sanger and buy beer because Gainesville was dry. So they would literally drive down to Sanger and buy beer. So you'd be at the gas station. You couldn't even buy fucking beer because all the Okies would come down and buy all your fucking beer.
It was like that in Kansas too. So like, I'm only 20 minutes from the state line, so everybody'd go up to Ark City, Kansas, and they'd buy beer.
Yeah, they'd literally blow it out, dude. It was ridiculous. Like you'd go, well, fuck, I got to drive down to Denton and fucking get beer.
Which I don't know why. I mean, for me at 20, like just drink another beer instead of like driving 30 minutes one way to get some 6 points.
Some people are some fucking professional.
Y'all need to go to Canada if you want some beer. Jesus, our light beer is 4%. Regular beer is like 7%.
So why are you here then?
Well, I mean, just because the beer is good,
That's
everything
right. You
else
said it.
is
That's
shit.
right. Socialism. I'm sorry.
We're just going to change the name to Canada Derpistan here soon.
I mean,
Canada Derpistan.
there's two things y'all can do kick ass at. I'll give you that. You can make some damn good beer. I love y'all's beer. I love me some Molson. And also hockey. Y'all are the pros at that shit. I'll give you all that. That's two things y'all got over us all day.
You can keep
Yeah,
Bieber though.
I think that
And Canadian bacon is pretty good. I mean, it is a sliced fucking. It is sliced fucking ham, but you know, it's still pretty good.
Canadian bacon, it's maple syrup.
Yeah, I was gonna say maple syrup.
Yeah, but they make maple syrup in Vermont too.
Yeah, but it's just not Canada.
That's true. That's true.
I mean, Aunt Jemima comes out of Vermont, I think.
I don't know.
Probably does.
I don't know.
Is it,
We're
it's not
sitting here
Aunt
talking
Jemima
about-
anymore. It's something else, isn't it?
What is it?
Didn't they change that? Didn't they get rid of that logo? It's not Aunt Jemima anymore.
It's still
something
Aunt
else.
Jemima, but I just don't think it has the lady in
Yeah,
it.
it doesn't have the lady on it anymore.
Yeah, it's friggin' bullshit. That's friggin' liberalism at its dumbest form. Like
And
that
there
is
goes
just
all our California
retarded.
listeners.
That's all right.
Yeah, well, fuck them if they can't take
Colton's
a joke.
just taking his headphones off. Like, I'm about to get the hell out of here, man.
I've just lost my base.
Colton's like, you guys are ridiculous.
How dare you talk about liberals like
Don't.
that? Stop it. You got to think about the grasshoppers. That's why we can't clear the forests out
Oh,
from all the
God.
wildfire
Don't
wood.
even. Don't even. I don't even want to talk about it.
I will say something, guys. Everybody that's listening, I know this has been an absolute fun blast shit show episode, but serious point I want to bring up. Anybody that wants to donate to help the guys down in Hawaii, there are several things going on right now on Instagram. If you get on there, if you get on Patreon, if you get on, I think there's a link for.
Can I just say,
Yeah.
do not donate to FEMA?
No.
What's the other one? Red Cross?
Yeah, Red Cross.
Red
if
Cross and FEMA that just don't even bother.
Yeah,
it's
if
a
you guys
waste of
can
money.
donate to like
Donate to actual people.
You know, there's a good. Do you guys follow Chemo Clark on Instagram?
Yeah.
Yeah. Truth Excavation.
I couldn't remember the name of his company. I was hoping
yeah.
one of us would.
He's a good dude, man.
And he
you
lost
know,
his house. He lost everything.
He lost his house. He lost everything but his equipment.
Yeah.
From what I've gathered, just following him on Instagram.
They were
and
putting
following
out the
along.
fires with his equipment. Saying.
He was fighting the fires for free.
Yeah.
I mean, his guys weren't getting paid. He wasn't getting paid. They just were doing it out of the goodness of their hearts. There were spots that like their water truck drivers were going, and cops were like, "Hey, don't go down there," and they were like, you know,
I got a
flip
fucking
footing
water
the
truck.
bird.
I got a fucking water truck, bro. I can get this out.
And so they were helping with that. I mean, he's kept it updated as good as he can on Instagram. He doesn't have very good service, but man, he has a GoFundMe and his team is on the ground. Like today, he was posting a picture of them. They're in search and rescue training, and so that he's taking his equipment and his money is going towards just keeping his equipment going, getting his guys some money, so that way they can continue to work. And just cleaning up. Like right now, they're searching for bodies and stuff like that, moving debris around. So I donated personally to his GoFundMe because he is.
Let's do this. Brandon, let's get his link for his GoFundMe up on there. If we're gonna donate money, and we might as well just keep it in the family, right? Let's go.
Yeah.
So get a link.
Yeah,
to his
I'll get a
GoFundMe,
link
put on
up
there,
on
we'll
the.
get
I'll get a
episode.
link up on the thumbnail for the episode when we put it on Instagram, and also when the episode comes out on Wednesday, I'll make sure that we have it out for. And also, guys, everybody knows this. This episode is going to be played as well on Dirty and Driven and Certified Wrench. Might not be this week, but they are getting this audio, so they'll be possibly putting their intros into it. But we're going to spread this message as much as we can across the blue collar world.
Yeah, man. Well, I mean, we got to help each other out. I mean, and what they're doing in Hawaii is
keeping the
helping.
family.
Yeah, keeping the family because they're leading the charge, man. I mean, it's just like, all right, screw it, let's go. Like we got equipment and we can clean up. This is our home. So
Yeah, I'll be out there
Boots
fighting.
on the ground, man. Boots
Yeah.
on the ground.
If that was going on in Denton County or Collin County, my guys would be out there fighting it right now. I'll tell you that. So it's rough, man. You know, we're more built for it here. You know, we have that problem here,
Except for when it snows.
yeah, we can do wildfires, we can do tornadoes, we can do hurricanes, but you start talking about snow, bro, it's all bets are off, bro. We just shut down.
Armageddon out here.
three snowflakes fall and the city shuts down for 2 weeks.
well, and to a lot of people that sounds great, but if you're in the construction business, dude, like
it's
I used to
terrible.
love snow days. It's like, yes, I don't got to go to work or I don't got to go to school. Now it's like, fuck, I got to go clear snow.
Yeah, we're getting that way now. Like, you know, now it's everybody's getting used to it. A lot of businesses are reaching out to excavation companies down here to start giving them snow contracts. And I get a call like right around September, October from a bunch of people like, hey, how much for you to come to our parking lot? And I'm like, I'm not coming. Why? Because I'm not going out in this shit to fix your shit.
Well,
Because they're not going to plow the damn
Send 'em
road
my
to
way.
get there.
dude, and parking lots suck.
Send them my way. We're used to it.
Yeah, but the problem is, Dev, it's not the work of getting to them. It's getting there, bro, because the state doesn't clean the roads at all, brother. Like,
You need to come to Canada in the winter. We used to get a snowstorm, and it was like you wouldn't see a snowplow on the road for the first 36 hours, and you're out plowing snow, hauling equipment around, and going pushing parking lots to keep parking lots clear.
Wow.
Can't get to the store, but the parking lot's clear.
why were they not plowing the roads for 6 hours?
Well, because they use common sense and they realize it's snowing like crazy. So why are we going to burn diesel to clear roads that are going to be covered in an hour?
I will.
Makes
I
no
will
sense.
tell you who's the baddest at it I've ever seen. Like awesome, like maintaining roads, dude, during fucking snowstorms is CDOT, Colorado Department of Transportation. When I lived up there, bro, they'd run 6 trucks, dude. They'd have a truck in the left shoulder all the way to the right shoulder, and they'd have one of them pulling that tailgate thing that's got the plow on the back of the truck. Dude, those dudes would clear a whole fucking road with 3 trucks, and it was awesome. And they'd come through like 2 or 3 times an hour,
They'd
dude.
have them like staggered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they just go up and down 25 like that, dude. And especially going into going into the western slope, like going into the mountain ranges. Because Colorado, half of Colorado is flat. The other half's super mountainous. And where I lived like right on the divide of it, where it goes from, prairie land to Rockies. So when you're going on 70, going west out towards Utah, out of Denver, that's where you'd really see them because they got a slope. They got the tunnel up there and all that. The Eisenhower Tunnel goes through a mountain. Yeah, dude, they would get after it out there on that.
Does Texas ever do contracts with excavation guys to keep the roads clear?
Yeah, like the toll roads.
Yeah, there's TxDOT. There's contracts for that
Yeah,
all
the
winter. They're
TxDOT
building a salt
guys.
shed right now on
I have a
Sam Rayburn too.
Yeah, I was gonna say they always have a bid for it. Usually once a year for someone to do snow removal.
I was gonna say because we have a deal with ODOT where if they can't handle it, then or if they need help, then we'll go.
So
help 'em.
TxDOT's weird. If you're in the Panhandle, they're set up for it. Like you go up north towards Amarillo and Lubbock and stuff, like they have snowplow trucks like everywhere. Like you go by a TxDOT yard, you'll see snowplow trucks parked out there. But you go to the one down here, no.
Yeah, but it's hard to
Well,
justify.
when I was growing up, the city of Louisville, they had dump trucks, and they've converted every one of them into snowplow trucks now. So they actually have snowplow trucks.
So that's what I've seen ODOT do, and I'm sure a lot of other departments do it too. But they just have their regular old dump trucks. They're kind of small.
Yeah.
And then they'll put like a different kind of bed on for sand and salt, and then they'll put a plow on the front of their just regular old dump trucks that they use year round.
Some of them now they're even putting those side plows on them too. I'm
Yeah.
starting to see them do that. That's pretty cool. So
Yeah,
I
I
wonder
hate
what the
snow time.
insurance would be like working on that stuff. Because I know the insurance on private, like when you're doing parking lots and stuff for like Walmarts and Costco's and all that crap, like our insurance used to be insane for snow removal.
Oh, yeah.
That was the
I
biggest
bet.
kick killer. Like your insurance rates were just insane.
yeah, because you could be
I'd
taking.
imagine the
You might take a curb out. You might take a light pole out. Whatever, man.
Dude, that's
it's
why
not even
clearing
that, it's
snow
a slip and
sucks.
fall, right?
Yeah.
It's the liability for like slips and falls. That's where they get you. Somebody slips and falls in the parking lot, you're getting sued. It's
Really?
gets
They don't
pretty
come
crazy.
after them.
Oh,
even,
yeah.
even though.
no.
Oh.
That's the whole reason with snow contracts. When you're doing snow contract, basically if you're in the northern US or in Canada, your liability insurance. So the reason like Walmart or Home Depot would hire out private contractors is because whoever has got the contract to clear the parking lot assumes the liability for slips and falls. So it's their responsibility to clear the lot. So you got to run snow logs and everything. It's crazy. It's ridiculous. But if somebody slips and falls, you're the one getting sued, and it happens every year. It's just what it is.
That does not sound like it'd be fun.
That's what
No,
sucks
no,
too
you-
about those parking lots is there's just so much crap under the snow that you just can't see. You break so
Yeah,
much stuff.
The best is when you find a manhole. You get a manhole lid that's like sticking up out of the ground. I had a buddy of mine.
That's what she
buddy
said.
of mine bought a loader. Yeah, a buddy of mine bought a loader. I think it was last year, the year before. He bought a new loader, and one of his operators was running through a superstore parking lot, and there was a manhole lid that was sticking up maybe half an inch of the asphalt, and he hit that doing like 12, 15 miles an hour maybe. Didn't even peel the lid out of the ground, put the operator through the windshield, and broke and bent the actual arms in the loader on like a 926 loader.
Wow.
Yeah,
He went
and
through the
physically
windshield?
Bent the loader arms. Well, he put his head through the windshield or broke the windshield with his head, and he bent the loader arms. Like you can imagine, like the loader arms are what, 1 inch plate, 1.25 plate. He bent them.
Yeah. That's why you're supposed to wear your
Hitting the
seatbelt
manhole.
equipment.
Oh man,
Yeah,
that
I-
must have been a dirty hit.
I know a guy
I mean,
that
dirty.
busted his forehead open on a backhoe because he was hauling ass and caught something on the bucket, flew up and hit the ROPS.
I've decided that I just have nothing to prove by not wearing a seatbelt and equipment because, I mean, not that I do all the time, but I mean, I also don't get in equipment that much anymore. But I was like, you know what? This is designed so you don't hit the windshield if something happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can understand dozers, loaders, backhoes, and stuff. The new 325 I bought, it's got a damn seatbelt chime in it, and the minute you engage the hydraulics, that thing starts dinging if your seatbelt's not on.
Oh, that's annoying.
And
Literally.
make sure you turn
Oh,
it all the
man.
way off when you turn the off switch off. Yeah. It's somewhat confusing.
Don't kill the battery in your buddy's hoe.
Yeah. I don't always kill batteries. When I do, it ain't mine. And it's brand fucking new.
TikTok clip.
TikTok famous. So the funniest thing happens about 2 weeks ago. I get a phone call from one of my guys. They're like, "Hey, I can't get this dozer to start." I'm like, "Did you put your seatbelt on?" He's like, "Huh?" I'm like, "Did you put your seatbelt on?" He goes, "No." I'm like, "All right, look behind you." He looks behind me, and the guys run the seatbelt behind the seat. They keep it buckled in. I'm like, "Unbuckle it and buckle it back in." He's like, "That is so dumb." I'm like, "No, John Deere doesn't want to get sued anymore for guys face planting themselves in the fucking cat windshield."
That was like me a few months ago where I worked. We got a new forklift, and the only forklift I'd ran prior to this was just some old clapped out forklift from like 20 years ago, and I'd had a lot of experience on it. I didn't realize whenever you get in a forklift, you got to honk the horn. And I was like, so I go up there, I'm like, dude, I was like, how the hell do I start this thing? And the mechanic's like, you got to honk the horn. I was like, dude, I know that you're fucking with me. What's the trick here? And he's like, no, they're like, no, you actually have to honk the horn. And so I do it and it starts up. I was like, God dang it, this is stupid.
Well, shit, I just learned something today.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
Well, and then, but sometimes they'll screw with a new guy and they'll be like, well, you got to honk the horn, but you got to do it in a certain pattern. And so they'll beep, 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 beep. They're like every forklift has its own code. Ours is 3 long honks, 2 short honks, and then 2 more long honks. And so you get a new guy, he'll do it for like a week, and then they're like, dude. He'll finally see someone start it with just 1 honk, and he's like, what the heck?
It's exactly.
Certified forklift operator.
They call that forklift, quote unquote, certified.
That is a certified forklift there, sir.
Is anybody actually forklift certified, or is that just a myth?
I sorta.
I was once.
Yeah, it's gone.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah. It's like the '70s porn stash. It did once exist. It was confirmed. I've heard that.
So you had a card and like would you just like whip it out at the bar or something? Just like, hey, baby,
You want a mustache? Right?
I don't need to do it. No, the forklift operator.
I am '70s mustache certified.
You
All
just
right.
like go up to the bar, you pull your wallet out, and you're like, oh, looks like I
So-
dropped something.
So nobody could
Forklift certification.
Thank God nobody could actually see it. But a couple weeks ago, I got diesel in my beard really bad. One Saturday, I was working on some stuff around the house, and I don't know how, but I got some diesel in my beard, and it was super hot out, so I was, wiping my arm, and I think I got it on my arm, and it got in my beard, and it just agitated it so bad. I tried washing it out, all that, and it got into my pores, bro. And so I had to shave off my beard.
Oh,
And my wife right now is staring at me, still mad because
That's how you know you've achieved true office manager level when you
Yes.
can't take diesel splashed on your skin anymore.
I know it's pretty bad. So, anyways, I had to shave my beard off.
We're gonna make you a nice little bitch card.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna start wearing those little smock things like the guys wear in the food industry on my beard.
there you go.
And so, anyways, I shaved my beard off, and my buddy sends me a picture. We were out to eat, and I was on my phone, and my face was down like this,
And see all your chins.
and you could see all my chins, and it literally was a picture of me. And then I scrolled down because it was two pictures, and it was a picture of Farva from Super Troopers. So, and then of course, to add insult to injury, I shave the sides off, so it wasn't like it was down like this. So I shaved the sides off, and me and Devon record a podcast that next Friday. And he looks over at me and he goes, yeah, and he starts going like that. But then he just out of nowhere goes, yeah, look, the guy over here looking like a fucking pedo. And I'm like, hey, man, what the fuck, dude? Like,
Pedo. It must be that Canadian accent, a pedo.
pedo.
Jesus.
The old pedo stash.
Yeah, dude, it was bad. I'm glad it's coming back now. But
I think
God.
you shaved it off that day that you were recording with
Yeah,
me.
I came over to your house and I did the episode with you, but I came home and she had a couple things for me to do, and I got home, and somehow it got in my beard, and it really messed me up, man.
He just went to Colton's sink and like shaved in there. Colton's wife comes out. She's like, Colton, why did clean the sink out after you shave? And he's like, it wasn't me, man. Brandon was just like, hey, Colton, can I borrow a razor?
Can I borrow your razor, sir?
Didn't even ask, just grabbed it.
That was bad.
That diesel, if you don't pay attention getting it on your skin, it can fuck you up.
Yeah, it really can,
My
dude.
buddy, he got it on his arms in West Texas because he used to do PM services.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, whatever, I'll clean it off later. Like, so he just kind of wipes it off. Well, him being in the sun, it like cooked him extra in his arms, and it was bad.
Yeah, I've had a buddy that, when I used to do frack, I had a buddy of mine. He had a hole in his boot and he didn't know it. And you know how you use acid, literally acid, in fracking to help with popping the perforations a little better. And he stepped into the puddle of it, and it went through the hole in his foot, and his foot started getting eaten by that acid, bro. Oh, dude. And he had to take his boot off, and like he's screaming on the radio, and we're like, "What the hell is going on?" And you see him, and he runs up the frack tank, the side ladder on the frack tank, sticks his whole fucking leg in the frack tank. It's like 30 degrees outside, and he's like,
Celsius or Fahrenheit?
"Oh yeah, we're not going to use Queens around here. We're going to use Freedom the line." So it was 30 degrees Fahrenheit.
Oh, dude, that's terrible, man.
Dude, yeah, he was, but it was hilarious was the reaction though, because he stuck his leg in there and he's like,
It's like that good poop.
oh, dude, it was like the majestic poop. Like you ate tacos.
It was the face of eating acid.
Yeah, literally, it's like I ate some really good fucking tacos last night. Instead of the runny shit, it was that nice premium stuff.
Okay. Crossing that line again.
We didn't cross it that far this time.
No.
We're like on the DMZ right now. We're not really across the border. We're kind of.
You got your foot sitting across the line.
Yeah, just a little
You got
bit.
a couple toes in the sand.
I'm not that kid that ran across the border or anything. I'm just kind of like. All right, so we watched the Johnny Depp Amber Heard Netflix thing a couple days ago. Bro. Dude.
Talk about a nice poop.
Just both. They're both loco in the cabeza.
Oh,
Man.
dude, they're both insane as hell. But like, I mean, you could tell that dude was like, I think the dude was straight up telling the truth, man. I really think she beat the hell out of him.
Yeah, there's a lot of them crazy women out there. As I look over, the producer. My wife's pregnant right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know about crazy
She's
women the
fucking
last 9
crazy.
months, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Just be grateful none of us have a Hispanic wife because they can throw those chicolitas or whatever the fuck they are.
The chancla.
Chancla. The motherfuckers corner and shit. Like in that movie where they could curve the bullets, but it's with a sandal.
Your co-host is like, he's like, oh shit, wait, I have a contract uphold. I have to laugh at that
We've been canceled on
me and
every
James are just
front
like-
in this one.
Oh, this is bad.
not
good.
bad.
Spotify
Come on,
is
this
now
is
pulling us
great.
off the air permanently.
I've been having a blast. I don't know about y'all, but I actually have been having a fucking blast on this one.
joke. Oh yeah, it's fun, man.
I do want to talk about something else. So, okay, I got to ask you this. How the do you pave in this heat, bro?
You just get used to it, man. I mean, after like 90 degrees, it kind of just hot's hot. You
Yeah.
know, you got 300 degrees coming up off the ground. You got 100, 110 coming down on you. And I mean, obviously, I'm not out on the crew anymore, but it's just, you get used to the heat for one. You got to buy you a nice big hat. You can't pave without a nice big hat, you know? But just, you got to take care of yourself, really. I mean, if you're working on an asphalt crew, you got to make sure you're drinking enough water. You got to make sure you're eating well. You got to make sure you're laying off the piss too much at night. Cause I mean, you come to work on an asphalt crew after you've been drinking all night, it's a miserable day. But you know, a lot of guys, they really even like it whenever it's this hot because the asphalt's easier to work because it stays hot longer. I don't know. You just kind of build up the tolerance.
You don't see fat guys on asphalt crews. I'll say that. It's very rare.
Yeah, you definitely see less of them than. But like, you know, the thing about an asphalt crew is like on a dirt crew, you might have a guy that like, you know, he operates this machine. This machine's his. That's all he does. He doesn't get out. He doesn't want to touch a shovel.
You talking about a blade hand? You know, about 7 years old, reads a newspaper most of the day.
Yeah.
Be liable to bite you or fight you at the same time. That kind of guy.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
You don't have a lot of guys like, you know, we get guys sometimes that they come in, they're from a dirt crew or they're from something where they're like, I don't want to get out. I don't want to touch a shovel. I'm over that. Those days are over. And it's like, well, dude, you ain't going to make it here. Cause you know, on an asphalt crew, everybody's working. Everybody has to shovel. Everybody has to rake. At some point, everybody has to flag traffic. So no one's too good for anything out there. So you just got to get used to the heat. Cause you're either on a machine and like not really exerting yourself too much other than the fact that it's just hot, or you're, you know, in it and you just got to be safe. I've gotten overheated out there before and it's not fun.
How's turning wrenches right now on this shit?
No comment.
I can neither confirm nor deny. No.
You know, like yesterday I was out there, and yesterday was like one of the hottest days of the week, and like, you know, machines are overheating, air conditioners aren't working, you know, and they're bitching, and I'm just looking at these dudes that are down in these trenches putting pipe together, and there's no breeze or nothing going through there, and I'm like, so
It's just dead heat down there, man.
yeah,
You're
and they're just
cooking.
working away, and I'm like, man, props to those guys, but you know, it's also, you know, this machine is overheating. Of course, it's been running all day, so it's hot as fuck.
Yeah.
And you're trying to get in there. Like yesterday, I had to pull a thermostat out because this machine kept overheating, and thermostat was sticking. And the boss is like, just rip that motherfucker out of there. Well, it's 1,000 degrees in that motor compartment, and I'm sitting up there fucking dying. I got my umbrella and my tools, and I'm like, you know, breathing and trying not to die in this thing. But it's terrible, man. It's miserable, but somebody's got to fucking do it because nobody else wants to.
I respect the crap out of field mechanics, man. Like ours where I work, God, he's probably almost 60 years old, skinny as a rail, and like we'll have like our paver or something will break down on the hot asphalt, and he'll crawl under that thing. He'll get in there and like he does not give a shit, man. I mean, he is one of the hardest working dudes I've ever met in my life, and he'll get that thing going to where we can get it off the road.
Do they have enclosed cab pavers? I thought they did.
Not that I've ever seen.
Really?
I mean, I don't know if they do or not, but I have never seen one. No.
Yeah, I've always noticed that with paving equipment, everything's open cab. You
Yeah.
never have. Maybe the skid steer sometimes they have enclosed cab, but
Yeah, the skid steer, like they do have enclosed cab rollers, but not a lot of people run them because
Yeah.
they're so expensive. And like, really, when you're out there, you don't want to get in the air conditioner too much because, like, if you
Yeah.
take a break in the air conditioner, you get out and you're like, dude, I just want to go home now. I'm ready to go to the house.
Shocks you.
Like,
do you
if
guys try to pave?
Yeah, once you're
do you guys try to
acclimatized, you just want to stay with it.
yeah, you just once you get used to it, it's just like, yeah, roll with it.
You guys this time of year probably try to pave at night though, right? Because it's cooler.
Nah, not really up in our area. You know, we don't. I
Yeah,
mean,
down here they really do it a lot at night.
yeah, but also you have so much more traffic here.
Yeah, that's true.
So, I mean, we'll start early in the morning and try to get off the road mid-afternoon before it gets too hot. I mean, sometimes those guys work 14, 16-hour days just if they're rocking and rolling, doing good. But, you know, because it is seasonal, you can't work too many hours in the winter because you have such a small window. It's got to be at least 50 degrees and rising to really pave asphalt. But I don't even remember. Oh, yeah, night paving. Like, unless it's a real congested downtown area where a lot of people will park and stuff. I mean, since we're so rural, we don't really do it.
Yeah, I noticed here like TxDOT they got to the point they just do it with a motor grader now. They'll put it down with a motor grader. I've seen a lot of guys starting to do that.
Well, a lot of counties and states will do that just because they can blade patch,
Yeah.
and I mean they can just take a little and feather it over and makes it a little better. I mean it's not the best product in the world, but it gets the job done. It gets it better than it was.
So you guys might know a lot more than I do about this, but why here in Texas are they doing so many roads out of concrete?
So the reason they do the concrete here is there's a big misconception that's been going on here for shit.
This is something I'd love to talk about, by the way. So keep going
Yeah.
because I got some
I
heat
think
on
it's a
this.
bunch of bullshit.
Yeah, it's about 40 years now. They've been under the assumption that asphalt cannot handle the heat here, which is hysterical because if you go to Phoenix, Arizona, they don't have concrete anywhere.
Yeah, they have
it's all asphalt.
120-degree days.
And they have 120-degree days, and they have the smoothest fucking roads I've ever driven on. So, and they have the same kind of dirt as we do here. They have clay, just like we do. Believe it or not, a lot of people don't know that. You know, if you scrape the top layer of desert off, it's all clay. So it's the same shit we got here.
We have the same clay in Alberta in Canada, and it's I heard about all this highly expensive clay and the soils and stuff, and then I came down here. And to be honest with you, the biggest problem with the roads in Texas is they don't know how to do proper base prep. They're so
Exactly.
archaic in how you build the base of a road. It's not the surface. Like the asphalt has no bearing capacity whatsoever. If the asphalt is shit, it's because the base underneath it wasn't done properly.
Yep.
When you throw in 6 inches or 12 inches of line on top of shit base and pave it, that's your problem. You need to be digging it out. You got to be stabilizing. Like I don't know anybody that. Have you ever used geotextiles down here, Brandon? You know more than I do. But I
Yeah,
don't see them at
so
all.
the biggest misconception is, and you guys might notice it now, but the newer roads, especially the toll roads, because they can spend the money, they're over excavating on average about 6 to 8 feet down now, and they're trucking out all that native soil. They're bringing in select fill,
Interesting.
red dirt
Yeah.
for Oklahoma poke, but down here we call it select fill. It's red dirt. It's the shit from the Red River. You know what I mean? It's low PI'd, good fill dirt. So they use that to, and that's what we use on all our building pads out here. Is that or flex base, crushed concrete. So they'll do that, and they usually put 4 to 5 feet of that down. And then what they'll tend to do is they'll put the lime stabilize the last 2 feet of it. They lime it every 6 inches, and then they'll put a asphalt cap on it. And I don't know how thick the asphalt is. I think it's an inch, 2-inch asphalt cap. And then they'll put 10 inches of concrete on it. Now, when they do that, I won't lie to you, those parts of those roads, like 635 and stuff, we did all that. So that's why those areas are so smooth. If you ride on 635, the newer parts of it, not the part they're building right
I was
now.
gonna say 635 coming out of like Grapevine though. You got those one sections that go like this, like
That,
whoops.
yeah, that's the part we didn't touch.
Okay.
But, so they built the
In all reality, that's the only part he did.
Hey. So I will say that's part of the other reason too. James is like you're about to say too, but that's the biggest problem here is they're cheap about it. They don't want to do the right way. If they did it right the first time, they wouldn't have to spend nearly the amount of money they do.
Well, anywhere you go in the world, in the country, I mean, look, dude, 95% of the roads in the world are asphalt, and you can't argue with that. I have noticed Texas is big on concrete. What happens is a guy that at one point in time, he had a driveway or he had a parking lot at something he owned, and, like residential or commercial parking lots sometimes are done so cheap and shitty. So then, like, for example, we paved a Dollar Tree last year, and they wanted just 4 inches, no base prep, nothing. And I was like, we can lay it, but I said, we're not going to warranty it for you. Well, why? Shouldn't this hold up? No, dude, this is highly expensive clay. I said, this thing's going to fall apart in just a couple of years. And they didn't want to pay for anything extra. So, I mean, guess what? 6 months later, they're like, well, this asphalt sucks, blah, blah, blah. Well, we tried to tell you, man.
Yeah.
And, so if you prep it right, it's all about what's underneath. Because if you pave asphalt on a marshmallow, it's going to crack.
Yep.
And now it's flexible, so it's going to push down. It's going to do that. Concrete, it might bridge over for a while, but eventually it's going to crack. And whenever concrete cracks, I mean, you feel it.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, they do this.
That's the thing.
Oh, go ahead.
Concrete's a little more forgiving on shitty base prep, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what you put on. If the base sucks, everything's gone to shit. It's not going to last. And that's the thing I noticed down in Texas is they just don't spend money on base prep. I don't know what the reason for it is.
Nobody
if it's
does.
Just the old mentality or what, but it's just retarded.
The other problem we have too is, it's not so much in commercial and big buildings, but a lot of these builders don't do any prep on house lots. Mm-hmm. So you build a house. If you do a pier and beam slab, you're all right. But if you just do slab on grade or a post tension slab, dude, she can tell you we got to water our foundation now like every other day because if we don't, our house is gonna crack. I mean, because the guy didn't
moisture conditioning
because they didn't moisture condition.
Let's moisture some soil and build a house on loon shit that's been track packed in. That makes a lot of sense to me.
They go through and grade these housing developments, and then you got another crew that comes in and puts all the underground utilities in, which fucks up a lot of stuff. And then they start building the house on it. Mm-hmm. And it doesn't give it time to settle.
Yeah.
Sometimes they wait about 2 years. But a lot of times what they'll do is if it's been a while, they'll bring out a water injection crew on a skid steer and they'll water inject that spot again. Mm-hmm. And they'll put the sprayers in and they'll go down whatever depth the geotech tells them to go. They'll spray it. They'll get it good. They'll scrape the grass off of it. They might put a select cap on it. They might. But as cheap as these home builders are now.
Yeah. Because, we're doing a development right now that, it was just done. And we're putting pipe under the ground already. Mm-hmm. And they're already starting to put up model homes.
I can't say I've ever seen a water injection process before.
Have you not?
No. Every time, maybe it's a regional deal or something, but every time, like in our area, if you're low on moisture, you scarify it and water it. And
so guess what I'm going to do for you? Next episode, I'm going to have a water injection guy on. So you can hear about
let's do it. Let's hear about some water injection.
Yeah.
I've never seen that before.
Yeah, I'll bring a guy on. I know a guy. His name's Chris, and he works for I want to say it's Eco Stabilizers, and they're big. They're big here in Texas.
That's cool.
They got like 12 rigs, which were those kind of guys. Is a lot of machines. Most of them are mom and pop guys. I got one or two. The problem is the stabilizer guys. There's really not a lot of them because everybody's still old school, and they'd rather just pay an excavation company to do it. Because what happens is they have to contract the stabilizer guy to go out there after you've already kind of graded everything, and then they make a massive mess, and we have to charge them to clean it all back up. So because they spray water everywhere, so it turns everything to mud, and it's just a royal pain in the butt to try to keep the job going.
What does their machines look like?
It's usually a dozer, believe it or not, and it's got like a where the piece goes, where the blade goes. They got like it looks like a T rig on it. That's got these sprayer heads on it, and it looks like a forklift almost, kind of like on the front, and it's got these sprayer heads, and you shove them down into the ground, and they can go, depending on the size of the rig, they can go anywhere from like 8 feet down to like 15 feet.
Wow.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking.
Yeah.
I've worked on a couple of those.
Does
doors.
anyone do Portland cement and like Portland stabilization here?
Yeah, they do that
Line?
down in
You
the
ever
hill
seen that down
country.
here?
They do it in the hill country. They don't do it around here.
Yeah, I've seen that work like wonders. Like,
Yeah, they do
unreal
that.
how good that works.
They
Well,
do-
that's all I know is like stabilization. Like where I work, we were like the pioneers of fly ash in Oklahoma. Like
Yeah.
we were the first company
Yeah.
putting fly ash in the roads.
Yeah.
My boss was integral in that, and so that's what I mean. All I know is just using like a bow mag to go in and mix the soil that way. So, but I've never seen. what
Do
you're
you
talking
guys do your own prep work, or do you guys like sub out a excavation company come in front of you and do all your fine grading and stuff?
We'll typically do the fine grade and stuff. Our dirt crew is we'll do some of our own dirt, but if it's a real big dirt job, we're not hooked up. We don't have scrapers and dozers. I mean, we've got a couple good blade hands. So we do a lot with blades, and we probably do more with. We do a lot of dozer work with blades, believe it or not, just
Yeah.
because that's what we have, and we can't really justify. But
Yeah, I was gonna say I've never seen a paving company that's got maybe but a dozer, but mostly blades and rollers. That's all they got, and water trucks.
there's a lot of them in Oklahoma. I mean,
Yeah.
a lot of the real big players, they've got everything. But we, in our area, especially again, because it's so rural, like anymore, a lot of stuff's mill and overlays, especially with the infrastructure package, because they're trying to spread that money so thin. And instead of like really ripping stuff out and rebuilding it right, at least in our areas, it's basically just we're going to mill the road and slap a
So
Band-Aid
they're
on it.
putting lipstick on a pig, is what you're saying.
Good old political lip service is what
Yeah.
that is.
So
Yeah.
they're doing lipstick on a pig as usual. Pretty
Yeah, except in the bigger cities, because like Tulsa, Oklahoma City has been exploding so much with all the people moving to Oklahoma now. You know, your Californians and Texans that
Damn fucking
them
Californians.
fucking
much.
Californians.
Fucking Californians. And
You know,
fucking-
our
and them fucking Texans.
and
too,
New
man.
Yorkers, dude. We're getting a lot of New Yorkers. I was at a Association of General Contractors meeting a while back, and that was a comment that the governor made at theirs. He was like, he's like, we are the second fastest growing state in America. Thanks, California.
Them bastards.
And then he goes, and then his follow up joke was, I had to wait 18 years to vote in the state of Oklahoma, and my one request is that you do the same.
Amen to that.
That's awesome.
Bro. Amen to that.
But it was pretty funny. But yeah, it's so in the bigger cities, they're trying to get like the turnpikes expanded. They're trying to build some more like you guys have all these crazy convoluted overpasses and underpasses that are just like loop-de-loops and stuff like that. They're trying to build more of those in Oklahoma.
I will say Oklahoma's kind of getting like us about a lot of things. Like I noticed now, if you go to Oklahoma City, you guys have the loop-de-loops under the bridges now.
There's a few of them.
Yeah, they used to have those when I was a kid. I remember you always knew
That's
you're in.
the smartest
you
invention
always-
that anyone ever.
You
came
always
up
knew
with.
you were in Oklahoma because nobody had a fucking shoulder and there was no loop-de-loop to get it turn around. And you'd be driving down some county road and some guy in a combine would almost take you out because
Yes,
his
sir.
combine head would be hanging out 10 foot over.
Yeah.
That's one thing I don't understand about like in California. Our service roads next to the freeways and stuff are, what do you call it?
Both ways.
Bi-directional or whatever.
Yeah, if you go out in the world,
Bisexual?
if you go out, in the, if you go out in the rural,
California, probably.
if you go on the rural areas of Texas, it's
Yeah.
still like that.
It's just crazy. It blows my mind. Like all the service roads, like if you miss your turn, you're like, fuck. You got to go back around, come back around this way. And like, it just blows my mind.
Well, it's
Like,
California. It's understandable, man.
yeah.
He's talking about Texas. bro.
Texas here is the service roads are one way and it just drives me
So
nuts.
no bullshit. If you go out there like by where my parents live,
Yeah.
it's still like that. Like
Yeah.
it's dual.
There's a lot of places like that here. Like I know in West Texas, it's like that a lot.
Yeah.
But just here, it's a pain in the ass because there's so many freaking people.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at us actually talking about stuff now. Way to go.
I hate driving through Dallas.
Yeah.
Like whenever my wife and I were dating and kind of like talking about, well, where are we going to end up? You know, she's from the area. So it was like, I don't know, the second or third time we came down here, like we probably hadn't even been dating a year. And I was like, I just want to let you know, I can't live here. This old country boy just can't do this kind of traffic.
Yeah, I got a ton of friends. I got a ton of friends that moved to Oklahoma, dude. Like growing up, we all grew up, where I'm from, and a ton of them moved up to Oklahoma. And I'm like, back then especially, I'm like, why are you going to Oklahoma? And they're like, what do you mean? I'm like, dude, Oklahoma's just a mini Texas.
Yeah.
But they have income tax. He's like, yeah, you got a point. I'm like, but we don't pay as much in property taxes, and I could still buy just as nice of a house for half the price. And I'm like, true.
Yeah.
And then I started looking at like how much a house costs up there. This was also 10 years ago, and you could get the same house here, 300,000-400,000. Up there it was 200. I mean, it's there is pros and cons to going up there. I will say that.
Yeah. I mean, I love it there personally. I'm big.
I love
big,
you and me were talking about
promoter.
I love OKC, like outside of OKC, like Yukon. I like that area.
Yeah.
I really like. I took her to Oklahoma City, but I want to take her around and see the rest of it. But like, you go out there by
Man,
like,
the lakes.
Yeah, Broken Bow's awesome.
The lakes in Oklahoma are just
Oh
gorgeous.
my God, yeah, natural lakes. They have natural lakes.
Yeah, a lot of them.
But have you guys ever been to like Sacramento? I'm just kidding. Don't.
So,
You know, I went to San Francisco back before it got real crazy.
oh God,
I actually really enjoyed San Francisco, but it was before a lot of the.
Poo in the streets.
Yeah, I mean there was a big homeless population there. Like I remember talking to a homeless guy, and he goes, "Dude, it's so awesome being homeless here because they offer you so much."
Yeah.
I used to
Incentive to
absolutely
be here.
I used to absolutely love California every time I went there.
It's a beautiful state.
Yeah, it's absolutely beautiful. Like I'd fly in when I was stationed over in Japan. I would fly through California most of the time, and every time I'd land, I will say this: they were the most pro-military airports I've ever been in my life. Like I you know, because I'd always heard California.
There we lost Devon.
We lost Devon.
Well, everybody gives me shit from being. God damn it, that's highly distracting.
Oh, I got you now. Crossed into Wyoming and dropped the call.
Oh, you're up there with the goat ropers. All right, gotcha.
Yeah, you got her.
But I get a lot of shit for being from California. Everybody's like, "Oh, you're a surfer. Or you're from the big cities and all this shit." It's like, no, I'm from rural, outside of Sacramento, small town. Fucking grew up on 28 acres, middle of nowhere. But everybody thinks, when you think California, it's Los Angeles or ocean or any of that. And like, no, bitch, I'm way away from all that stuff. And it's a hard thing to drive into somebody's head, especially here. It's like, yeah, I'm from California, but I'm from the good part.
Most of the people I know from California are like you. They're just regular people. I mean, the people from the big cities are not
They're
indicative
not
of what the
coming
whole
here
state
though.
is.
That's a lot of people. They got that misconception. I joke about it all the time. Oh, you're from California, but if you talk to most people, they're from Northern California, or they're from Eastern California in the desert, or they're from like San Diego area, or they're from Northern California, like far Northern California, because they're tired of the politics. They want to go somewhere where they can be treated like a human being. They're not, they're not. You're not dealing with some BS laws that they got out there, and I can't get mad at them for that. I mean, but the proof is in the pudding, dude. You changed the laws too much, and you lost how much businesses because of the policies you changed.
Mm-hmm. But they're never going to change it until somebody opens their freaking eyes, in the right spot.
Well, a lot of the policies that they passed have caused some of the problems they're having, like the wildfire issues. They, in the 70s and 80s, they passed those laws about not clearing trees.
Mm-hmm.
You go to Colorado, the Forestry Service goes out there and cuts trees down because they're dead trees.
Yeah.
It's fire load. If you get rid of the fire load, the chance of a wildfire starting decrease like some insane amount of money. My buddy's a smoke jumper. He lives in Denton, but he works on a crew up in I think Wyoming. But he was telling me about that Wyoming and Colorado, they have full-time, the Forestry Service does. They have full-time guys that just go out and all they do is clear out dead stuff. It's not they're cutting down good trees. They're cutting down trees that are infected, that are dying. And they clear out the underbrush. They clear out the fire load.
So your buddy's like a firefighter?
Yeah, smoke jumper.
What does he do?
So smoke jumpers are they're pretty cool, dude. They
I was gonna say this sounds like a guy I might need to get on the old Dirty and Driven podcast.
yeah, I'll have to
Black belt firefighter.
I'll have to introduce you to him. He actually used to be a firefighter in Denton. He was a regular structural firefighter, and I don't know why, but they make less money, believe it or not, being a Forestry Service firefighter. He only works 6 months a year. So when he's not working there, he works in the oil field, and that's how I met him. But he's a smoke jumper, and I don't know if he's doing it anymore, but He used to work up in Wyoming and Colorado, and what they do is smoke jumpers jump out of airplanes, and they jump into, like, if there's a fire and they want to try to stop it, but it's in a really rural area and they can't get the guys in, like a hand crew in there, you know, real quick, they'll drop them in, and they jump in with the shovels, they jump in with the tools, and they actually will sit there and fight a fire. Sometimes, you know, they're all carrying radios and stuff, but they'll work with the air support guys that dump water and all that. Those dudes, like, I tell everybody, those guys are like the Delta Force of firefighters. They're just they're the front line.
It's like having an artillery recce.
Yeah.
They're going out and they're calling in water strikes, and they're calling in. They're doing like fire breaks and stuff. So they'll start cutting down trees and making a fire break and whatnot. But yeah, they're usually pretty. To do that shit.
Usually, you got to have.
And you got to think these guys are working like in the middle of a fire, so you're just eating smoke and ash and just like the heat and shit. Oh man, like you'd have to be. That's a badass job to do that stuff.
A lot of those guys start out on hand crews though. Like they'll go to the regular hand crew and then they try out to be a smoke jumper. They don't let you just go smoke jumper right off the street. You got to have some serious experience most of the time to go.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah, to go smoke jumper. And I will line you up with him though. I'll reach out to him for you.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I'll be honest, I ain't talked to him in like 2 years. So, but he was telling me about, you know, he was telling me about that's the problem they're having in California, that they're just not letting them go in the forest anymore and clear out the dead growth. And that's what's really causing these badass fires they're having out there. And Hawaii is not having that issue with the laws. The problem that happened in Hawaii is they had like 2 weeks of a drought. That's how sad this is. It was only like 2 weeks they didn't have rain, and that's what it did. Because it's volcanic ash.
There's a lot of conspiracy theories on why those fires started.
I was just about to open that can of worms.
I'm like,
I was kind of biting my tongue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they think it's a lot of the government that actually started that stuff, but that's for another podcast.
Yeah,
There we go.
we'll talk about that.
We'll leave the politics out of it.
Yeah.
What's that noise?
That's him. Is he?
I'm
Are you
getting
pumping
fuel.
gas?
Absolutely.
Hey, where are the gas?
I'm walking
prices
and
like?
chewing bubble gum here.
Heck yeah.
In Wyoming, we're at.
We're about to hear him like buy some beer.
How much?
$3.95 a gallon.
Oh gosh,
Ooh.
that's expensive.
That's what I filled up for yesterday. Believe it or not, it was ridiculous.
Are you at the train station right now?
Yeah, diesel's $4.34.
No one got my Yellowstone joke.
No.
No.
Yeah, you just crossed the border into
stopped off
Wyoming. I
there,
figured you were, going to the train station.
Yeah, I was taking Trudeau and Biden for a joint trip.
So we're getting close to about an hour and a half. What do you guys got anything else you want to talk about?
When's this airing?
We lost.
He hung up so we wouldn't hear him buying beer. You're about to just hear on the podcast, just like beep. This all for you? Yep.
We're gonna probably air it Wednesday. I'm gonna turn it into my editing guys on today.
Okay.
So
Well, what I want to say is like, if you hear this before next Saturday, August 26th, we're doing the Dirty and Driven Triathlon, which is just me out there doing shit. But one of our biggest things is promoting health and fitness in the trades. So I just want to challenge everyone, if you're interested in it, put that on your calendar and just go out and do something that day, man. I'm not asking you to run an Olympic triathlon like I am, because you probably haven't trained for it. But like, even if you're like someone who doesn't ever do anything, man, just like go for a walk, get out to the gym for that day. Just put it on your calendar and make it a point to go out and do that. That's and just know that whenever you're out there, no matter what you're doing, I'm gonna be out there sweating too.
hell yeah.
No.
You can do those 12-ounce curls.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'll watch you from afar.
Designated drinker.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get back in shape, man. I've been saying that for a year now, but I got to get back to working out, man. I used to really work out pretty hardcore, and I got to get back to it.
Well, I'm here to help you, man. I mean,
Yeah.
that's one of my biggest passions is
I guess we don't need. He doesn't need to be on the
He
line.
can call back. He can call me. I'm done calling him. I love you, bro. He's gonna listen to this. I love you, bro. But you get yeah.
But yeah, man, that's one of my biggest passions. Because I mean, like, obviously the people of the trades, you work with your body. Your body is everything. I mean, if your body's not working right, then you're not making money. So that's something that we're pretty passionate about over at Dirty and Driven. So yeah, just put that on your calendars. Do something with me from wherever you're at and tag us on the gram.
I'm really thinking we call this episode though the Magic Tool Bus.
I think you have to.
Yeah,
I think so.
it was great.
I think we need to do this again though.
Yeah, man. Hey, I mean, you guys know I'm just 4-hour drive away. That's easy day.
Can you fit all of us on there with your setup?
Oh yeah.
You got no mics, or do you need me to bring some?
Well, this is off the air talk.
I was gonna say yeah. I wouldn't talk about it afterwards.
Oh, whatever.
But I mean,
Hear about it anyways.
but yeah, man. Well, I mean, like I can come down here. You know, me and my boy Casey, or
we need to make a road trip.
yeah, dude. Both of you guys.
I'm down.
You guys are always welcome. Most of the time, I got a place to stay for you.
Yeah, we'll have a good time up there. Definitely gonna stop by a casino, play some blackjack.
Hell yeah.
Dude, there's literally within my house, within 10 minutes, there's like 5 different casinos.
And the other good thing that's happened,
Although since COVID, a lot of them took the blackjack tables out.
really?
Yeah, there's only a couple of them that still have blackjack because, you know, they were like, well, social distancing and touching the cards. Well, I mean, now they took all their tables out because they can pay like 8 less dealers. So
And that's
They
sad
just
how
put
they
slots
that,
in.
that we've lost so much good stuff because of COVID. I
Yeah.
mean, really, we have. There's so many little things that you don't realize that you've given up since it's happened.
yeah,
I notice that now. Like, it's so much harder to get anything at a store. If you need like a specific thing, it's really hard to find it now.
it's always back ordered.
Yeah, everything's back ordered now. It's really jacked up.
Yeah,
How it's going on over 3 years and we're still having these issues with it.
yeah.
It's going to get worse.
But yeah, man. So, which I'm kind of glad about because like that was the only reason I would ever go in a casino. Like I used to go a lot in high school because I mean you only have to be 18, and really whenever all your buddies are 18, you're still 17. You just go in anyways.
Yeah,
And,
you just
like,
can't play.
Yeah. Well, you just
You just slip them the
just
ticket.
don't let them ID you.
Yeah, you just slip them the ticket.
You know, you just don't sit down and play blackjack because they take your license there. But
Yep.
you know, if you go and like there was a couple of them we'd go to all the time that we knew that they let you in if you were under 18, and we'd hang out at the casino. Every time somebody would turn 18 though, it was like a rite of passage in our town that like you go to all the casinos because each one you'd get like $10 free play. So you know you just make that trip of all 4, 5, 6 of them and get your free play. But I'm happy that some of them don't have tables anymore because it keeps me out of them. I hate slots.
Yeah, road trip, man. I'm
Sure,
down.
for sure.
Yeah, man.
You, me, and Devin will pile up in the truck and go.
We'll line it up, man.
Devin sent me a picture. Let's see what he sent me.
Yeah, it'd be fun. And I mean, also, like, it's easy for us to get here. And I mean, obviously, my in laws stay here. Golly, dude, that is freaking ear cancer.
Yeah. Is there such thing as a
This
silence?
goofy fucker.
From a distance, it kind of looks like Osama.
That's amazing.
Oh, man. I'm calling him right now. We're going to fuck with him.
Yes, sir.
I just wanted you to know everybody thinks you look like Osama bin Laden in that picture.
The what?
Everybody thinks you look like Osama bin Laden in that picture.
Perfect. He's not in a cave.
A beautiful Osama, though. A beautiful one.
Well, I guess me and Colton were just talking about you. We're gonna do a road trip up to James's studio in Oklahoma to do a show with him.
Yeah, definitely. We'll make that happen. That'd be cool.
It'd be fun, us 3 piled up in one truck together.
Absolutely.
Oh, it's
Absolutely.
I'm not riding in the middle.
It's gonna be an absolute.
You don't want to go skiing?
No.
Oh, come on. You can go skiing. We'll take a work truck. We'll get the bench seat.
We'll get the bench seat. We'll take your service truck up there.
Yeah, there you go.
No, we'll take my Peterbilt up and I'll put a 5-gallon pail in the front of the 2 seats.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, fucking chrome mafia. Oh man.
That's awesome.
Yeah, man. I'll have to come down sometime on a weekday, check out your operation.
Yeah.
See you guys move some dirt.
Yeah, you definitely come by us and check out Devon too, man. Because Devon puts guys. If you haven't checked out Devon's actual company, Rubin Group, he usually every day puts a reel up that shows what they're doing out on the job site. And I'm trying to get back to doing that myself. I'm actually one of my foremans is super social media savvy, and I'm like, hey, I'll give you access to the company account if you can start doing that for me. So he wants to do it. So I'm probably actually gonna have him start doing it so he can put stuff up for people. And definitely check it out because you can learn a lot. I learn something from him every day. I watch his stuff. So
What's your Instagram, Devin? I don't think I follow you.
It's at Ruben Group.
Really?
yeah, it's spelled just like his hat.
Oh, I can't spell.
It's RU. It's not the way you think you spell it.
RUEB.
Yeah, it's RUEB.
I was
There you
putting
go.
The
RUEB.
Canadian way.
Okay. Oh, there it is. All right.
They put
Nice.
U's
Like the
in there.
sandwich.
Yeah. Cool, man. I just gave you all a follow. Heck yeah.
So,
Yeah, 100%, boys.
guys, if you could check out Dirty and Driven, give them a 5-star review on Spotify, Apple, and where else you at on there, brother?
I mean, we're on all major podcast platforms, and we're on all the social medias other than Twitter, really. I mean, follow us. Instagram's our main one. We do stuff on TikTok. We have a Facebook. Our Instagram automatically uploads to Facebook, but if that's what you're into, or if you don't have any of that, my thing is we'll send you a free sticker anywhere in the world. Just hit us up on either social media, send us a DM, or if you want to go to our website, dirtyanddriven.com, you can go to the contact form and just send me the word sticker, and that'll kick off the conversation. I'll get one to you. I don't care if it's international. I don't care where it is. Just be patient with me if you send that, because they're free, and I don't always have time for free shit, if you know what I mean. But I'll get it to you at some point.
Colton, what you got?
If you're cool like me too, you'd rock that sticker on your service truck or whatever you're in.
Yeah, exactly.
If you'd have told me 5 years ago how many mechanic friends I would have across the country that like listen to shit that I'm saying and stuff, I'd be like, dude, you're crazy. Like, even a year ago, but it's like our stickers on a lot of service truck doors now, and I think that that's just the coolest freaking thing ever.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. What'd you say?
Your stuff. You're up.
Just follow me wherever you want. I'm just kidding.
Follow
Just
you
not,
home.
just not home at night. Just not home at night, okay, boys?
Yeah, no,
don't make it weird.
That's
don't
cool
make it weird.
Too. I'm on all streaming platforms. There's so many out there. I think I'm even like India on one of their things. So I just clicked every single one when I signed up. So whatever streaming platform you guys want to listen to me on, Instagram, Facebook, just like James, I'm on everything.
Just don't be a leave a review.
Yeah. Be like James over here and leave me a rock hard review. It's freaking awesome.
I left one for both of y'all.
Thank you, brother.
I gotta hook this guy up.
Yeah, I gotta hook you up too.
It's all good.
I gotta say, guys, it's been an absolute pleasure having both of you here.
It's fun.
Yeah, man.
We had a blast, and we smoked burgers before this and smoked hot
Burgers.
dogs. And
Dude, if you never slow smoked a burger, holy crap, man.
Yeah,
I mean, I'd never even heard of that. And that came out great.
yeah, we slow smoked our burgers and hot dogs on our smoker today for the guys, so it was pretty good. And
Now you're making me hungry.
well,
God
you
damn
know,
it.
you could have been here for it, but
And
Yeah, I'm going to have to sell for a gas station pizza instead. It's just phenomenal.
Well, hey, also get a gas station hot dog, and if you use the pizza as a hot dog bun, that's just a hell of a way to go out with.
That sounds like me on the side of the highway with a roll of paper towel and not a good day.
we call that white trash first class dining.
Yes.
this is, instead of dirty and driven, it's classy and trashy at the same time.
Yeah, buddy. Well, that's what we're all about.
And I got to say before we go, I apologize if we offended anybody, but just like James says, I don't care.
I don't.
I
Don't
would
listen.
Fuck off. We got
Don't
enough
fucking
friends,
listen.
right?
I'd like to leave a PSA. Guys, if you could give us our 5 stars on Spotify and give us our 5 stars on Apple. I don't care if it's Brandon Eats Crayons. You love the name, the Magic Tool Bus. Colton needs to learn how to fucking, start his bike without killing his battery.
Yeah.
Devon needs to learn how to make his phone not fucking hang up randomly. Just whatever you want to do today, that would be appreciated. Also check out on our Instagram. I'm begging people, like, dude, we have like 300 likes and we have like 4,000 likes on everything else. Can please pass this along.
You guys keep holding up. Brandon's going to be handing out free BJs or something stupid.
I
right?
know, it's
Come
like
on.
insane.
We don't want to go that low.
I don't get it. Like everything else we're blowing up on, but like Instagram, we got 300 followers. And not bitching. I mean, I appreciate the 300 we have. But if you please could, like, the damn Instagram page, I would really appreciate it because we're gonna give you. If you guys will look at the post, we're gonna give away a hat, and then for 500 and a sticker, and at 1,000, we're gonna send you some customized stuff. So if you guys would, we'd really appreciate it.
You get us to 10, I'll start pimping Brandon up for weekend dates.
Oh
Okay?
man, Jesus. Jesus. I don't know about that.
We'll keep your eyes out for the Blue Collar Podcast Union.
Yes. Yes.
We're unionizing podcasting.
Blue Collar Operators Union.
We're not operators.
Yeah, I'm the operator.
Blue Collar Shit Talker Union.
There you go.
Yeah.
Crayon Munchers Unite.
No, but for real, guys, we're going to start something, and it's going to be a page that we'll all be on together that we can maybe start a social media page or something with all of us together that we can make jokes and shit on and try to pass along knowledge and training as well. So
All aboard the Magic Tool Bus.
all aboard the Magic Tool Bus.
And with that being said, peace out.
Peace out.
Peace out, Girl Scouts. By God.
Thanks, boys.
Thanks, brother. And like I said, guys, please like and subscribe. And we are on Linktree and all that. So also, if you could hit us up on our Patreon, we have some cool shit on there, and we do have merch now. The description will be down on the bottom. Also have a reading list for you guys. For anybody that's wanting to start in business, make sure you check out that reading list. It is on the bottom. There's a couple good books me and Devon have recommended. Also, if you could, and also I will put the link for that donation for the volcano to help those guys down there.
Yeah.
So, also I don't know what Dirty and Driven are doing at Certified Wrench, but they've already kind of told me they're probably going to put this audio on their show. So if you don't hear it on ours, you're going to hear it on one of their shows. So, peace, love, and we'll see y'all next time, and stay classy and stay gritty. Bye.
By God.
By God.
Later.